What's goody, what's goody, what's goody, everybody? It's Keeming. I'm back with my motherfucking tea of the motherfucking day. And we are venturing into season 5, episode 16. And welcome back. Let's get into some names. So, are we taking accountability for what we allow? Are we taking accountability for what we allow? Are we taking accountability of how you feel and how they made you feel? Because oftentimes we are so in a rush, we are so eager, we are so just blinded by a lot of things in this world. We're so scared about a lot of things in this world where we never take the time to take a look in the glass mirror. Take a look at what we allowed this person, these people, this company, this family member to do, these friends to do, or to try to do, if it worked or not. Because we was taught, for most people, don't shake the belt, don't weather the storm, don't turn shit up, don't question, just let it happen. And this is 2024. I ain't gonna not ask the goddamn question. And if you don't like the question, you don't like it. It's cool. But know that by you not liking it, by you not answering my shit, or you feeling offended because I asked a question, makes me look at you differently. It makes me give a side eye. It makes me understand that you're pressed and that you're mad for whatever that reason is. But oftentimes, where we mess up at is sometimes it's warranted an explanation of why people act the way they do, how the responses are the way they are. Sometimes it's granted. And sometimes we have to act if we really care about that scenario, that conversation, that friendship, that whatever. You have to sit them down and figure out what is the issue, what is the problem, how can we solve this? If you are able to solve it. But being okay if it's too far gone. You cannot fight for something that you have not taken accountability for, that you have not taken stock for, that you have not taken your just due for. So this episode is going to be, of course, towards accountability. Well, kind of two personal things. One, when your job gets you fucked up, that's the whole part of when companies try to fuck you over. Because I've been in this field that I'm in now, going on a year. And I'm trying to make a year. But I don't think that this company wants me to. And I don't want to blame it on the whole company. I just want to narrow it down to where I specifically work. And the individuals that were hired there. Especially this homegirl, this main character. Chelsea thinks she is. She beats her chest. She walks around like she's the motherfucking shit. But she's not. Literally, she's not. Like, yeah. It's giving try a lot. It's giving try too hard. But there's no substance that comes out of her mouth. But I'm supposed to go to her for guidance. Because of course, within a year, you learn some things and you understand some things. But you're not going to know your whole full role unless you're taught your whole full role. If that makes sense. And of course, you are able to, or you're encouraged to, do your own independent searches of everything else. Instead of learning at your own speed and picking up the little things, the little trades and stuff like that, right? But if I'm coming to you for direction, and you're not directing me, now I have a problem. Because I got into this field because I wanted to help people. I wanted to help the men in the community. I wanted to help the men who are transitioning out of different programs, different scenarios, different situations, to get permanent housing, and then to be better men in society, better humans. And by you not allowing me to get all the tools I need, now you're fucking up my process. Are you fucking up the men I'm handling in the process? And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with people thinking that they cannot be touched. But you can. I don't like the fact that people feel like they don't need to be held accountable for any of the action that they do, how they act, what they say, how they say it. And you being a supervisor, and me coming from a supervisory role, going back to just a regular associate, I know the difference. I know a lot. And boo-boo, I could have the job if I wanted to. 1,000%. I feel like that's how you feel. I feel like that's why there's a lot of a disconnect between us. But ultimately, I'm here to do my job. I'm here to help these men. I'm here to try to help them. Encourage them and assist them to do better and be better, while gaining permanent housing. That's my goal. That is my task. And if anyone gets in the way of that, we have a problem. So within this problem, I decided to go make a formal complaint. And of course that didn't make her happy, her knowing this formal complaint. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm happy that you're aware that I'm uncomfortable, that I'm at ease in a workplace, that I'm praised at by clients and staff. So, you not caring for me, you being threatened, you wanting complete power of everything but don't want to teach a goddamn thing, does not work in this scenario. So ultimately, sometimes you have to get rid of that person. Sometimes you have to challenge that person until they go. Sometimes you have to just put that person in their place and be perfectly fine with the consequences. Be perfectly fine with what can happen. Because you're standing on your integrity. You are standing on your accountability. And you're taking stock. You are taking accountability of how they made you feel and what the fuck you allowed. Whether it was for an intermediate period of time or whether it was for an abundance amount of time. You still allowed that person to mistreat you. You still allowed you to feel uncomfortable within your workspace. And I'm sorry, you should never feel uncomfortable. Like, this is the first time I've ever experienced this, especially to this magnitude. So it was eye-opening for me. It helped me grow as a person. Me standing up for myself and standing up for my rights and my clients and just the injustice that can happen within, I'm assuming, this field or just within this person. Don't know yet. Because I'm still, again, learning the field. I'm still reading the room, as people may say. So, that's that scenario. Let's go to a different part. So, oftentimes, especially within a family, we choose not to have certain conversations. And when conversations are had, it really gets sugar-coated. It gets, PG'd. And sometimes we need the X-rated. Sometimes we need the eye-opening aspect. So we can really have a heart-to-heart conversation. So we can really work on some shit. So shit can actually change within the family dynamic. That's usually why we would have conversations. So shit can actually change within that dynamic. But oftentimes, a lot of people are not ready to hear what you have to say. Or they are not ready to take accountability for, oh my gosh, what? How the fuck they made you feel, or why maybe you're a little not fucking with them at the moment. Oh my gosh. It goes hand in hand. Who would have fucking thought? So, it has come to my attention that my birth name comes with a conversation that someone doesn't like. And they made it known after years of me changing my name on social media, but not in person, not on my birth certificate, not on my ID. But this person assumed this person assumed that I did it illegally. And I was confused. When we have to have conversations, we have to be ready for responses. But the older that we get, the worse the responses can get. I care deeply for this person. But in this chapter, we are what we are. In this chapter, there are room for growth. There's room for conversations. But people have to take accountability for how people make them feel. And I've taken accountability for how I made this person feel. I apologize. But I don't know what more can be, can happen, or anything like that. I just don't know. Lost for words. Accountability. I want to also take, or put into the atmosphere, friends who are there in theory, but they're not really there. Like, in 2024, if we are not equally making time, making efforts to see one another, to talk to one another, to text one another, if it seems one-sided, if it's giving one-sided, even for a slight moment, you played yourself because you allowed it. And oftentimes, of course, you may allow it because they're friends or family. There were associates that you're trying to build things with, whatever that looks like. In that scenario, you played yourself. But now it's time to address it. Now it's time to have that conversation of what's going on. This is how you made me feel. Or you're making me feel. This is what I need. And this is what I require. And it would be up to you, and then up to me, to work on this scenario to try to fix it. But if this doesn't work or it doesn't happen, then where do we go from here? Would it be the appropriate questions to ask? Where do we go from here? Because you cannot continue to, not at our old age, I'm sorry, At our old motherfucking age, we need to know what happened with that friendship, with that relationship. We need to know. So we need to be told. Of course, we can read the room. Of course, we can kind of figure out what it could have been. But if you're not 100% real with us, how would we know? And vice versa, if we're not 100% real with you, how do you know that you fucked up and now feel the type of way? Or vice versa, I fucked up and now you feel the type of way. So then it can be addressed. So then it can have some changed behaviors if you're trying to fix it. Change behaviors are necessary in growth. Accountability is necessary in growth. Figuring out who you are in each stage of your life while allowing people to grow with you is growth within your adulthood. A lot of adults are not growing. And it's unfortunate. It's sad. It is sad as fuck. I'm sorry, but it's sad that us in our 30s, our late 20s, our early 40s, our mid 40s, our 50s are still acting in our childhood. Like something didn't click, something didn't grow, something didn't. It's a disconnect and a misconnect. And I'm in need for everyone to figure out why. Why am I like this? So then when you get put in scenarios, you would have an answer. You would have accountability to take. Because the scenario is like this and you are the way you are, but you choose not to change or whatever that looks like, now here we are. I say, if you cannot emotionally grow, financially grow, you have to want more for yourself. You have to grow. Being stable, always wanting to party, always wanting to do this, to do that, not having any full direction in life, it's a little scary. Like, everyone's challenges is their challenges, and everyone has a story to tell. In a place where they may need to be, in order for them to get those lessons, to get those jewels, to get the testimony, to get the test for the money, because everyone's gonna have a testimony when they're dead and gone. They're gonna have challenges that they have to overcome. They're gonna have insecurities that they have. They're gonna have whatever that looks like for you. A family issue, kids issue, this issue, that issue, lack of love, lack of intimacy, lack of support. So, if adults are not growing emotionally and being able to tap into their emotions and being able to express their emotions and be able to have deep, meaningful conversations when it's needed, and it's not taken as a joke, it's not taken lightly, it's taken with respect, then we're doing something good. But if you don't fall in that category, it's perfectly fine. Just know you are better and you can do better. Even with any scenario you are in. Because some people are in tough scenarios. Fuck. Whether it's health, whether it's just being stuck in your childhood, where you lived, being a product of your environment, and not knowing how to outgrow that. Like, the hood shit is cool, but that is a time period. You don't have to stay in the hood. You can outgrow the hood, and that's perfectly fine. You're not changing up. You're not switching up. You're not acting differently. You wanted more for yourself, so you are working in a different vibrato. You're working on a different energy. You're working on a different level. And we should never just want to be from level 1 to 20. No. We want to get to the 50s. We want to get to the 100s. We want to be able to beat this game called life. Because life is a game. Life is a challenge, but life is a game. A life be gaming. And a lot of times, we allow them to fucking play in our motherfucking face. We allow it. With the people that we have around us. With the family that we allow. And with the actions that we condone from others and from ourselves. Again, it all comes back to accountability. It all comes back to understanding what it is. Understanding the challenges. Understanding the need for change. The need to make yourself happy. If that friend is not fucking with you like that, stop fucking with them. But give them a reason why so they know. So they're aware of why. Because in this day and age, don't ghost people. Ghosting people was so early 2000s. I want to let you know why the fuck I'm not fucking with you. I want you to know that. I want to address the elephant in the motherfucking room. I don't want to just toad over it. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm mad at you because. I'm uncomfortable with you because. You made me feel a type of way because. So now this person knows. Now this person has the knowledge. And if you feel like it's worth it, hey, let them work it out and let them fix your shit. Let them fix that friendship. Let them fix that family. Let them fix the associates. Let them fix the co-worker shit and all that shit. Let them try to fix it. So now you're giving them the hey. Now that I know that you know, are you going to do better? Because I fuck with you. But are you going to do better? Is there better in this? And then you know, from there, if it's closed casket, if it's done, if it's dead. Or not. It's simple. Take accountability. Give accountability. What you don't want done to you, do not do to others. When you wait for weeks and you don't hit your friend up, but your friend has to hit you up for you to have a conversation, you should be ashamed of yourself. Or you should end that friendship if you don't feel like it's worth it and you don't feel like it's soothing you. And people trying to pull through, pull up. What's good? But there's always something. How that person's supposed to feel. If they're always there for you, but you're never there for them. Or they don't trust you with what the fuck they have going on. Because everyone has things going on. And everyone has different friends for different reasons. But I need my friends for every reason. I'm sorry, I can't just box y'all into different sectors of my life. I don't work like that. I never in that. I don't play in that field. I don't. That's why I hold friends and friendships deep. And if I fuck with you, you know I fuck with you. I show that shit. And when I see that you don't fuck with me like that, it gets scary. But it gets real. It gets eye-opening. And I love to have my eyes open. I love to be 10 steps ahead of the shit. Just waiting to act it out. Just waiting for it to play out. Just waiting to see what it's going to do. If someone's going to show their face. If someone's going to be real and authentic about what it is. We know better, so we can do better. Let's apply this shit. Let's be better people, better friends, better family, better human beings. But first and foremost, being better to our motherfucking self. I'm sorry, sometimes you gotta be selfish. Sometimes you have to you have to be your own light. You gotta be your own confidant. You gotta be your own supporter. You have to be your own soldier. You have to be. Because if you're not, who's gonna be? I'm sorry, as much as I love people, you cannot always have your fate in people's hands. You can't always have your happiness in people's hands. You can't always have your anything in people's hands. It's just not realistic at the end of the day. You have to pick you first. And then once you're good, then you can work on everything else. So everything else is going to flow easily. Everything else is going to connect more. Because you're working on you. Because you're putting you first. You're not allowing yourself to get hurt. You're not putting yourself in that fire. Even though you already know how it ends. The ending don't change. The players may do. But oftentimes the endings do not change unless you change it. Unless you change the story. But if you continue to go on the same path, the same story, the similar story, you're going to get the same result. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be the same motherfucking result. Yeah. But this is Keemy's tea of the day. I feel better. And hopefully with you listening to this does something to you today, tomorrow, next week. As we go into next week, let this week be beautiful. Let this week be full of abundance, full of love, full of laughter, full of life, full of accountability, full of let's be better, because we know better. This is Keemy's Tea of the Day. This is Season 5, Episode 16. Cinco y uno, yes. Thank y'all. Laters.